Hello, you guys. Welcome to your reading. And this is going to be what January of 2023 you need to learn psychologically, what you need to heal from, what are the common themes in the month, the trauma, the wounds that are going to be brought up, what God is telling you, God in the universe, to heal from. In January, you can pick a deck according to whatever you feel is pulling you in, and this is to make it individual for the collective, being that experience is online. So the first deck that we have this corresponding crystal, and the crystal is a Aura Geodes. I don't know if I said Geodes correctly. It helps your chi flow in areas of your home, assist creating better moods, balances, and energies. That helps with meditation, stress relief, and decision making. There's multiple healings properties with this crystal because it has multiple materials within this crystal. Next, we have the rose quartz, and the rose quartz promotes feelings of self-love, balance the heart chakra, higher heart chakra, and the thymus chakra. And next we have the celestine crystal, and this is a raw crystal, hence why it's not as shiny as some of the others. This is its formed naturally. It's said to enhance your intuition, and it can help anyone who feels lost to understand their higher purpose in life. Lastly, we have the aventurine crystal, and it helps with the heart chakra as well. It is often used for a mood booster that can contribute to the better vitality of happiness. That is that crystal as well. So we have the Pastel Journey Tarot deck. We have the Modern Goddess Tarot deck. We have the Fountain Tarot. And lastly, we have this pretty pink RWS Tarot deck that I got from Amazon. And I think it's called My Rai Pali Tarot. So these are your decks. Also, I'm going to put a symbol that represents each deck that may help you pick your deck. Next, I am going to put a sound associated with each deck, which can help you further pick your deck. Group 1, the sound is. Group 2, your sound is. Group 3, your sound is. Group 4, your sound is. Please take your time to meditate over each sound, each symbol, and or each crystal. And whatever is pulling you for this reading, go ahead and meditate on that now. And go ahead and click the time step for your reading. Hello, Group 1. Perfect. Now, as I said earlier, this is the Aura Geodes crystal, and it's made of multiple stones to make this beautiful effect. That is good for cleansing the chi in your home. It's good for feminine energy, and it helps with mood balances, energies, and meditation, stress, and decision making overall. So let's get into what the universe wants you to know for January. What the universe wants you to know for January. Also, what psychological problems, needs, and understanding that we need to heal from. We have the 10 of Wands. There's some burdens that you are currently holding on to and physically hurting yourself. You're overloaded with either your problems or others. You're carrying burdens of, I feel like you're carrying things that are unnecessary, and it is physically hurting you. It could be causing you to physically be sore, and or causing you the emotional burdens of others, causing you so much pain that it is making you ill and sick. And in January, you need to heal from that. You don't need to carry the weight of others on your shoulders, This is a time, not only is it a new year, but there is just as January, and January represents 1, the first month of the year. And this is a time for you to come anew, start over, start a new journey, and also learn the word no. Because this also is 10, which represents 1, new journeys, new beginnings. And you want to use, the wands is very fire energy. You want to use your mouth with bravery and confidence when dealing with this issue. Group 1, you are feeling the burdens of others unnecessarily. Either you're taking on, with this card, I feel the sense of a codependent. And a codependent is someone who is, you feel like you're loving a person, but actually you are not loving them because you are not letting them help themselves. You need to let them carry their own load so they can have their own lives, because God gave them the tools just like he gave you. Naturally, we all have them. And here you are holding all of their flowers. Not yours, but theirs. So you need to release that, give it to them. Know that God is on your side and their side as well. And let them carry their own weight. Next, we have the King of Swords. And with the King of Swords, you have the energy of someone who brings their intelligence. In January of 2023, this is someone who is highly intelligent. They're very logical with their thinking. I'm going to put this over here. They're very logical with their thinking. They are not working based on emotions. They're only working on logic. And even the gossiping stops in January. Talking negative to yourself and about others, that stops as well. The King of Swords is the highest of logic, intelligence, communication, and with that energy, it's all positive. He's not in a reverse, he is in an upright. So with this energy, you will use the upright energy, which is communicating well. If you have a problem, this is a time for you to communicate that problem. If you have, with bravery, if you have a misunderstanding, you will communicate this misunderstanding. You're going to set boundaries. You're going to use your head. You're not going to cause emotions to take over whatever the insecurities of 2023 has to offer you. Then we have the Empress. And the Empress is more motherly, nurturing energy. This is someone also too in 2020 in January. This is someone also too in January is going to be more nurturing. You could be nurturing with yourself and or others. I understand that at the beginning of this reading, it says to not carry the weight of others, to not be a codependent. We do know that you will have the nurturing spirit. However, this is saying to nurture yourself, work on self-care, be the feminine energy, not just with others, but with yourself. More importantly, with yourself. This is someone who is going on a new journey. They have the tools. They know that they can manifest the energy that God has given them. Now they are using their feminine energy. They're leaning more onto their mom's side. They are taking care. There's Venus energy with this. So they are also as well looking at beauty, what life has to offer in regards of beautiful things. Beautiful things such as going to the art gallery, such as painting your nails, if that's a thing, self-love, spa days, getting your hair done, taking time for yourself in a world of beauty. This is someone who is receiving, someone who's not giving, which here is someone who was just only in the energy of giving. And it's polar opposite here. This is someone who is using their feminine energy and receiving the gifts that God has to offer, what the world has to offer. There is beauty in taking nature walks. There is beauty in smelling the roses. Buy yourself some flowers in January. This is energy all about taking care of yourself. And that is what you're going to do starting in January. Let's pull some oracle cards and see also what God wants you to know. You have the Peasant. This time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attentions in this area. And that goes perfectly what was just said here. It's time to connect and create. And you need to focus only on that energy, not only, more in January on creating. That's perfect for feminine energy. Take some time to do whatever is creative in your world, whether that is art, knitting. It's winter season, so knitting would be perfect with you, perfect for you. Anything that helps you connect with your higher being, anything that connects you when you're emotional this month, it is time for you to stop, create, and connect. And whenever you're creating, it causes you to go into a state of meditation because you're more focused on the present, not focused on the past, which brings anxiety, not focused on the future, which also brings anxiety and fear. Okay, you're releasing your focus on the present, and because you are creating and connecting and focusing your attentions on that area. Okay, let's see what else we have that God wants us to know for group 1 in January. Next, we have reevaluate. Reevaluate your priorities. It is time to let go of what you no longer need. Group 1. You no longer need the heavy weight that is no longer yours to carry. Okay, no more codependent behavior. Reevaluate your priorities. What is important to you? It's time to let go of what doesn't serve you in January of 2023. Let's see what else. What other spiritual lessons needs to happen in January for group 1. Group 1, we have a star family. We have you're a part of a team of souls, call in support. It's time to also depend on others instead of them depending on you. Find your life source. Find people who are compatible with you, people who are spiritually on the same wavelength or maybe even higher. Call in support with them. Call in spiritual. Because when you say star family, spiritual beings, that helps you bring you to a better enlightenment. Next we have, you've got the love, energy, codependency, boundaries. Isn't this insane? Okay, so you need to set boundaries in 2020, in January. In January, it is time to set boundaries. It literally says it on a card. And I said earlier, codependency. So group 1, codependency is not your forte in 2023. You will learn a lesson not to help others be codependent to yourselves. How can I explain this to people who don't understand? You want people to be independent. God has created all of us to be independent. I know there is marriage. I know we have children. And yes, you take care of them. But at a certain age, it's time for them to be their own individual selves. I know as a mother, because I am a mother myself, it is easy to fall in trap of taking care of them because you feel like you know best. However, how will they learn? And this doesn't just go for parents. This goes for friendships. This goes for lovers. This goes for husbands. This goes for wives. This goes for cousins. This also goes for parents, okay? They need to be independent on their own. How else will they learn and grow? As well, it is causing you physical harm. Set your boundaries. You need to give them love by letting them take care of themselves, what in actuality will give them love themselves. So set your boundaries, group 1. Let's see what else we have for the lessons and for the spiritual. And it's just interesting that it's constantly codependency. We have silver here, and we have the moon, which is also very intuitive feelings. You need to work on using your intuition in January. Intuition is what is your first thought? What is your inner gut telling you? Intuition is never fear. Okay, so if you feel like I'm scared of this, that's not your intuition. If your intuition calmly speaks to you, then that is your intuition. Also, you can hear your intuition better in a state of meditation, hence the creativity. Also, connecting to your soul family will also help you deal with your inner intuition and really figuring out what is it that you're really feeling. Also, your intuition, because silver represents the moon, and it's your inner, your true self, really constantly what you're thinking. Your intuition is going to help you when it comes to setting boundaries. Your intuition is going to help you deal with how to release this physical pain that you are causing yourself. Go within, meditate, use your intuition. Let's see what else we have for group 1. Group 1, we have, next we have the Earth's Heart, which represents the heart chakra. It's also dealing with death, dealing with buried treasure. What is it that you have hidden in yourself that you need to discover? You have the King of Swords, which uses logic. So you have this card, and it's during this time, what is it that you need to, there's some resources that are hidden. You need to discover it. What is Earth's true heart? What is your true heart? The journey of discovery would take you through many layers, slowly revealing your gifts. Also, let's go into nature. Let's see what God has to offer. What is the earth offering us that we are not touching? You already felt the pulse of the Earth's heart. Now it's time to listen, to be a student of wisdom. Wisdom. King of Swords is all about wisdom. And it's also time for you to go and study wisdom. Maybe you need to study while creating in January. You need to focus more on logic. You need to, because this logic will bring you wisdom, inner wisdom. It will bring you the inner gifts that you have buried, that you had no idea that you needed to discover. Next card we have is the Void. It's interesting because this card comes in a reading when something has to be released. Something's been released, either a relationship, something you possess, a title. The Void is bigger than just like worldly items though. So this is, and in the darkness, it seems cloudy. It seems things you don't really want to address. But this is the time to address it and release it, because from the dark will come light. It's a sacred time. And this is where everything is born, because you need to go through the darkness to go to the light. And it's interesting because once you set boundaries, maybe it will feel dark, because this is going to release a relationship. Okay, this is going to release yourself. And once you set these healthy boundaries and improve on self-love by taking care of yourself, setting boundaries, there will be a dark period. It may feel like a void, but the darkest time of the day is right before the brightest time of the day. Okay? You need to release this darkness. This is a time of release. This energy is released. It's interesting too, because both cards here are very dark. It's very inner. It's not external energy. It's very internal energy. So it's more focusing on the self and not focusing on others. In the center, you do have color, which is very bright. And with this sense of being logical and using your brain and not basing it on emotions, you start to find your inner self, your inner work. And this is very interesting. I think this is an amazing read for group 1. I'm going to pull one more card, but before I do, I want you to understand here, this is about setting boundaries. This is about not being a codependent. This is about self-love. All this reading is about is self-love. And how do you have this self-love? You have some physical pain. You have an inner sickness that you are only causing yourself. And that's because you're not setting boundaries. You are not being present, right? There's no self-care. In the center of your reading, it's all about being logical, not thinking with your emotions. You know, read a book, read a self-care book, because the King of Swords would be reading, because that is their forte, communication, learning themselves. And this is what it's about. What is the earth and God trying to offer you? And you can bring it out through intelligence. Also connect with your soul family. It's a time to, it's also a time to be creative and meditate. Be focused on yourself, the present. And then you have the special card of setting your priorities. What is important for you in 2023? So to sum it all up, for group 1. And thank you for being part of this reading. To sum it all up in group 1, the link in the bio if you want a personal reading, a more detailed reading. I really love astrology and mixing astrology with tarot. So go ahead and click the link for that. I also do a free reading once a month. I do a raffle for a free reading once a month. Here we go. Face your adversities. Group 1, you are remaining passive in the face of people and circumstances that morally, ethically, or even physically offends or disrespects yourself, okay? You are wondering whether to speak up or to remain silent to avoid serious confrontation. Wow, and it's all about communication. This is a powerful juncture in your soul's development where you are being asked to commit to your values and letting others know what's not acceptable to you in the most loving way possible. I'm going to pull one more card. Address your addictions. And this also is dealing with the dark void here. Going into this dark space, really working on your shadow side in January. Whatever also as well is hindering you to be the best that you should be. To also connect to the inner treasures that God has given you to offer into the world. This is also like reminding me of the Devil's card. Address your addictions. Are you addicted to taking care of others? Are you addicted to not being alone? Are you addicted to not communicate your true feelings? Also, are you addicted to the internet? Are you addicted to technology? Work on your addictions, wherever that addictions is, wherever those addictions are. This is your reading of January. Please follow, click the link in the bio, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, group 1. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. Also, group 2, if you ever done a sound bath, it is amazing. That's just something that I wanted to just say off the bat. I don't know why God wanted me to say that, but if you ever done a sound bath, it is so, it's like going to a spa, and it cleanses all this negative energy, and it just works on your inner self. You are alone with yourself, even though you are in a room with a collective most of the time when you do a sound bath, but it is just the most, it just releases negative vibes, okay? I feel like it just pulls it out of you like a Reiki session. Anyway, this is your reading, group 2. You have picked the Rose Quartz, and the Rose Quartz again is about promoting feelings of self-love, balance, emotional health, release emotional blockage, and it balances the heart, higher heart, and the thymus chakras as well. And then again, we are using the Modern Goddess Tarot, which my daughter purchased for me. So I just think that is so sweet. So let's get on to your reading. In January, what is it that God and the universe wants you to know psychologically? What is it that you need to work? The traumas that you need to work on. What is it that you need to move on for your spiritual journey as well? Okay, so let's see what God wants you to know, group 2. We have the Page of Wands. Interesting. This is someone, you could be a fire sign. This is someone also, fire sign is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leos. And this is someone who is starting their energy and focusing on creativity, their passions, even spirituality is with this energy of Wands. I'm sorry. Also, with this energy, you're very enthusiastic, you're very curious in the aspect of being creative, in the aspect of spirituality, also in the aspect of starting to be very confident, starting to be confronting different debates, just confidence, bravery, it's all in this card here. And it's someone starting with that new energy. And when you're starting that new energy, you're very enthusiastic and happy. And in January, it seems like maybe you are starting to be brave and confident in January. You're starting to do things that you don't normally do. And let's see what else we have. Ooh, we have the 7 of Cups. So you're starting to be brave, and this is young energy. So either this is a young fire sign, as I said earlier, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or this is someone who is starting with that energy, starting to be brave, starting to be confident, starting on this new journey of passion and spirituality. But there's a lot of choices, and some of these choices could be illusions. These choices are causing you to have some cloudy judgment. And you always need to tap in when you have this situation. When you have cloudy judgment, when there's too many options in the room, I can't decide. It's always time to go with your intuition, meditate, and be present. You don't have to pick things right away. You can take your time. Also, but you want to be brave. Sometimes people don't use they think there's too many options because they're actually not using this energy of being brave, actually saying exactly what they truly feel. Let's see what else we have for January. Oh, we have someone going on a new journey. So this is very young energy. And I don't know if you are just starting a new journey, and so you're young, mentally in this new journey, or if you are just a young fire sign, okay? But this is someone who is starting a new journey, maybe starting to be brave, starting to speak up, starting to be very spiritual, starting a new way of being confident. At the same time, there's illusions, there's distractions. It's like, what am I going to do? I don't know. Should I go left and right? But with this situation, you want to focus on not focus. You want to make sure you're not distracted by the illusions, by the materialistic world that is offered to all of us, okay? Stay focused on your spiritual journey. You don't need to buy every crystal that the world has to offer. Stay focused on your creativity. You don't need to have every utensil. If you're doing like pottery, you don't necessarily need the wheel to do the pottery. You can do hand pottery. I'm just saying that stay focused on not the material, on what I need, or really what you want. Stay focused on what is best for you and your new journey. This is also someone who is very naive, which is great because you want to ask questions. You're very curious in this new journey, and it's great to ask questions. Just try to stay focused on what's best serving you on this new journey. If you're very confident, and then you see when you're confident, wow, God has given me all these options. Doors are opening. Try not to pick the door that gives you just money, material value. Pick the door that is best going to serve you on your journey. Okay? Group 2, let's see what else we have for this reading. We're going to pull some oracle cards now. What does group 2 need to know? You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. Wow. So this is a new spiritual journey. And with the new spiritual journey, because when you're going through a spiritual journey, it's not necessarily a book that is handed to you. There is all this slippery slope during spirituality. And when you Google certain aspects of spirituality, it can take you to a dark place. Stay focused on what is best on you. You are learning all aspects, which is amazing because that is what the fire sign has to offer. Very spirituality energy, and it is amazing energy. Just make sure you stay focused on what is not the material. What is it that God has naturally brought into this earth to help you on this spiritual journey? You have the dove. Feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is the divine quality. Look at that. Look at God. You want to stay meditated. You want to listen to your intuition. Stay focused on your inner work. Focus on peace. Do not let the chaos distract you on this new journey of spirituality. Because clearly that's what the cards are saying. In January, there is a new spiritual growth. You will probably start meditating if you haven't. But when you are going on a spiritual growth, allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you. Okay? Do not focus on the negative. Do not let others knock you off. And you're claiming your energy. Okay? You're setting boundaries. You're setting boundaries on your inner peace, on spirituality. There is always options to go the negative route. There's always options to go on a dark side, to go back to the old you. Those doors are still going to be open and offered to you. But you need to stay focused. You need to work on your peace. And let me tell you, sometimes, not even sometimes, when you're on a spiritual journey, it is hard. There isn't a perfect person. You know, even Gandhi wasn't perfect. You have to not be hard on yourself. You need to practice gentleness and compassion. I'm just so happy for you. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. For January, what does the Spirit want you to know in January? So first card that is pulled is the Whale and Orca Elders. And this is about diving deep into your spirituality, looking truly within yourself. This is very internal energy. This is God saying that you need to dig deep. What is your true self? Find your true self during this energy of spirituality, through this new journey of spirituality. Dig deep within your soul. And how do you do that? It's very interesting. It's all about going again with your intuition. It's all about digging deep of, what do I like? What makes me happy? And also too, you know, I'm big on researching self-help and self-taught. Go ahead and listen to all the podcasts and listen to all the self-help books, audio books. Really go deep into your spirituality. There is a great book. It's called Oneness. It is amazing. It's by Rasha. I don't know her last name or first name, but it's called Oneness. It is a blue book. I'll try to put it up. That is a great book. And also too, it's got the same colors of this card. So that's very interesting. It is also making me say that. So I'm suggesting the book Oneness. If you already read the book, that is what this is all about. This is all about a spiritual growth and a spiritual journey. So the next card that we have is the Cosmic Heart. And this is all about devotion and prayer. And I mean, this is about asking God to move your life to a higher power, being more devoted to your spirituality, being more devoted to the inner growth. Definition of devotion and devotion prayer, because it says make your life a moving prayer, is worshiping yourself, not yourself, worshiping by yourself, individually worshiping, individually having a worship, individually praying to God on your own. And it's almost like they have worship prayer in the mornings as a ritual. And I feel like, and it says your life is a moving prayer. So this is devoting yourself to God, to spirituality, and constantly working on that energy. Because when you work on that energy, it's going to help you deal with false illusions, deal with materialism, deal with being distracted. Also too, in this card, there is water, and water is all about using your intuition, and it's inward energy, very feminine energy, but it's inward, it's not outward. And also there's water here. It's a lot of water, a lot of blue, and blue is the higher chakra and dealing with emotions also, but the spirituality is strong here. So let's pull your next card. We have the 7 Stars of Sisters. And this is about birthing creations. And this is all about, let me pull this card up. This is all about creativity and intuition. And it comes from the same sacred place. And creativity is it's natural to be creative. And it's so interesting because we as humans forgot that we are creative beings. And while you're on this spiritual journey in January, this is a time for you to be creative because you've forgotten how to be creative. Okay? And it's very natural because God and earth is all about manifestation and creativity, but you've forgotten how to be creative. So this is a card telling you in January, become creative. And this energy is about being creative, a new person starting a creative project, starting a creative journey. Perhaps you're also being called to weave beauty in your home. It could be the way you cook. It could be the way you decorate. It could be even the energy. But in your home, bring more beauty into your home. Also, bring it back into your everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present, because it's all about being present. Meditation and focusing on the now and not focusing on the past or the current future. So there isn't anxiety, there isn't fear when you are being creative, and especially when you're adding beauty to this creativity, and it's also enhancing your spirituality as well. Next we have another deck. So let's see what we have to continue on with this reading. We have Breathe. Breathe is the first card. Oh, let me put this up. It's very colorful and it's all about meditation. It's all about being in the now, which is interesting because they're saying creativity and beauty. And this is your January focus, okay? So learning how to meditate is going to bring life to yourself. You're connecting to not only yourself, but to the galaxy, because this is also a galaxy, but taking the time to focus on breath and the now. Next, we have the greatest work. This is amazing because this card is also about devotion. This card is also about working on spirituality and worshiping and prayer. And devotion has come up twice in your reading. And this card is meant to be. This is not an accident, okay? This card arrives you to whisper words of encouragement that you are in the right place, of going in this new journey of spirituality, going in this new journey of being creative, which is also enhancing your spirituality, which is also helping you with false illusions and materialism. This is all about you're in the right place, you're on the right path, you're in the right journey. This is flowers, roses that are starting to bud out of the dark cement. It's also holding a gold, which is your ego, your identity, which is your enlightenment. And this is enhancing your identity, this new journey, this new spirituality. Let's pull some new cards to conclude the reading for group 2 on what God wants you to know in January 23, and what God wants, our spiritual path. Actually, let me move this deck. So we have bust out of your cocoon. Be daring, be brave, which is very interesting because it's fire sign. Be brave during January. Be confident during January. Live in that fire energy. Do not have fear during January. Next, we have be true to yourself. During the spirituality journey that you are going to, do the great work of yourself. You are meant to do what you're doing. Have devotion to yourself. Be creative because you're meant to be creative. Also focus on your priorities. Live in your peace. Live in your peace. And while you're doing all that, be true to yourself. It is an amazing reading. It is an amazing month for you, Group 2, in January of 2023. I hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know your life journey, and not your life journey. Please let me know your spiritual journey. How is it going for you currently? Is this a new path that you are going on and discovering new things? Also, is it distracting you, this materialism, this illusions, these multiple options? Do you have cloudy judgment right now? Work with your intuition, focus on meditation, focus on being creative as well, and be brave. while doing all this. Be confident on your new journey. Thank you guys for doing this with me. Please put a purple heart emoji if you did the whole reading. Let me know if this resonated with you as well. And click my link in the bio. I do a free reading once a month. I do a free reading raffle once a month. Also, I send out a weekly newsletter discussing the current vibe in the sky, because I also do astrology as well. Anyway, thank you guys. See you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading. The crystal that you have picked is the Celestine crystal, and it attracts certain individuals because it has a high frequency, and also it enhances your intuition, expands your consciousness, it activates your crown and third chakra. It also is believed to have a power to connect with angelic realms and opens communication to certain spiritual guides. It helps you if you are feeling lost in understanding your higher purpose in life as well. So let's get into your reading, group 3. See what spiritual guides and God, the universe, whatever you want to call this higher being energy. Let's see what psychologically you need to work on, what spiritual connections, what spiritual lessons are happening in the month of January 2023. First card we have is the 5 of Coins. There is a sense of lack of, not enough. You are not living in abundance. You are not feeling that you are living in abundance. This is an energy that you are also not feeling creative as well, because you have a lack of mentality, mindset. It's very interesting because God has given us everything. Earth and the universe is so abundant, yet you are feeling in a state of, I don't have enough. There isn't enough for me. Let's continue. Let's see what else we have for this lesson and what the common themes are in January. We have the 7 of Wands. This is about challenge, competition, protection, and perseverance. You know, before this, there was success, but right now this is hard work. You're in a position of being challenged by others who want to take your place. This could be dealing with work, or maybe just life as a whole, but you have to persevere. And this fact that you have this lack of mindset, and January is all about staying strong. You're going to have challenges. There's going to be some setbacks, but you have to stay strong. You have to persevere. It's a sad fact of life, but the more visibility you have as a leader in your field, the bigger audience, and the bigger your audience becomes, the more likely you will have the need to grapple with this kind of pressure. So it's like, it's interesting because you feel like there isn't enough, but your stage is getting bigger. Your audience is getting bigger. You are actually becoming a better person in your field, in whatever you're doing, yet you feel like it's not enough. And also you have to stay strong. You're almost in a negative thought, but it's very positive. And challenges are here to make us stronger. You may be also holding on to some kind of point of view or wish or voice or opinion from the public. But you have to be ready to support your argument and back yourself up. So it's almost like whatever the public is saying, whatever whoever your audience is, or whoever you're trying to impress, or whoever you're working for, you're holding on to their negative comments. But you have to have the confidence for yourself, because you have to stay strong. This competition is an internal competition. It's not necessarily an external, but you're making it very external. Sometimes this also is a threat of the opposition. They may catch you by surprise and you didn't even know it. You may feel inadequate, and you're not ready for whatever this conflict is causing you. And this lack of mindset may be affecting that fact. The fact that you feel like, I'm not ready, but you are ready. Okay, you just need to take your time. You need to even next time, maybe prepare, because that always causes confidence. But the lack of mindset of not thinking you'll ever be prepared is not going to work for you. You have to draw from being self-confident, having self-belief, the fact that you can improve internally and externally through yourself. This lack of mentality is not going to make you stronger. This isn't dealing with relationships, friendships, love, work, and spirituality on all regards. This energy is about being more confident. Stop being negative and become more confident. Let's see what else we have. We have the 6 of coins. And the 6 of coins is all about being giving. It's interesting because this is a lack of mentality, but in January, it's all about giving and receiving and sharing your wealth and being very generous and even being charitable. This is someone who's sharing their wealth, and your wealth could be your knowledge. It could be whatever, even your resources, something from your home, your trade. This is all about sharing that and then you have abundance. You're sharing your wealth and your abundance with others. You may even be inclined to give someone a loan in January. They could pay you back, but you're helping them and you're basing it off of trust and good faith, knowing that it will be given to you in some other way. It may not even financially be given back to you, but you're trusting them in good faith that your loan is going to help them. And it might even encourage your family and friends to be self-sufficient in some way. Maybe on the other hand, you may be receiving. You may be on a receiving end. Maybe other people are being generous and accepting gifts. You may be accepting gifts from them or gratitude from them. This will help you get back on your feet and eventually repay your charitable causes. Okay. I'm thinking you have a lack of mindset. You've been challenged. You're competing. You may be receiving a loan, some advice, something. Someone's giving you something in January. That is one way. Another way is that you have this lack of mindset. You need to build your confidence, and giving will help build your confidence. Teaching your skill will help build your confidence in January. That is what I'm seeing for group 3. Let's see what else we have to help further this reading. For group 3, what else do we need to know? Spiritually, this is also about sharing your spiritual knowledge with others to help you develop while also engaging with the insight of others. This card also feels like it's a warm feeling when you go out of your way to help others. That's what this energy is about. Spiritually, you need to stop being negative. You fell off spiritually, and now is the time to spiritually help others. Okay, your confidence spiritually was knocked down, but it's time to wake up. Let's see what else we have here. We have the Crane. You will soon enter a beneficial partnership, luck and longevity for this union. Wow. So this is something that's helping you. It's helping your spiritual growth in January. You may meet someone who's going to help you with this challenge here of work, of psychologically thinking negative. They're going to enter your life. It's going to be luck and longevity. This could be a love relationship as well, but I'm thinking it's going to help you spiritually, which can be both. A new creative venture is on a horizon. It's a positive change, and that's in January. So you were thinking downward, and now it's starting to look positive. This could be towards the end of January, in the middle of January, but the energy definitely shifts for you in January. Let's see what else we have for your reading. It's very positive, even though you came from a negative mindset. The energy is going to shift to a positive one. You've got the love. You need to set some boundaries here. This is all about boundaries, not being codependent. Group 1 had the same card. So it's interesting, maybe if you jumped the reading and you came here, God's trying to tell you something, because sometimes I do look at more than one readings. So with this lack of mindset, you need to set some boundaries. You need to work at a higher frequency and not become a codependent. You may think you're helping them, but you're not helping them. Also, too, you may be codependent on others, and that's no bueno. Now, but there is a union here. So I think that may not be the case with you. But you need to set some boundaries with that lack of mindset. Also, too, this could be a relationship that you have with someone who thinks lack of. That's interesting. Again, boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. Wow. Okay, group 3. So it's clearly boundaries that you have to set. Okay. You're going to get a love person, someone who's helping you, but you have to individually create these boundaries. And a creative venture is on the horizon. See a positive change. And that will happen once you set boundaries and let it go. Boundaries are on here twice. I just want you to see that. Boundaries is in your reading twice. Set some boundaries. Let go of that negative mindset. This could be also dealing with the negativity you have with this conflict that you are having with the 7 of Wands. Let's see what else we have. I mean, not the conflict, but the fact that you have to persevere. There is a challenge here and you have to stay strong. And this could be dealing with also setting some boundaries here. Your life is a canvas, manifestation, creative accountability. It's all about thinking in abundance. It's all about knowing that you are the artist of your life. You can create your own life. We all have the power to create our own life, okay? Be accountable on the fact that you have more power than you're giving yourself. That is something that you need to know in January. You have the power of creating your own life. It may not seem that way. Change that mind shift. Shift the way that you are thinking about your life in a way that you're thinking about life as a whole, because you have way more power than you are giving yourself. And then we have the card of being generous and giving. And it's interesting because maybe you need to give more to others to understand that your life, you can manifest abundance. Also, you are the artist of your life. Makes me think that someone, if you really think I need help, I want someone to help me, that's coming, but you have to manifest that energy, okay? And be accountable for the way that you create your life. Let's see what else we have for group 3 in January. What else do we have for group 3 in January? Ooh, we have gold. This is all about your identity and your ego. This is going to be a common theme in January. Your ego, your identity, what is your true sense of self? And it's going to shine bright. This is also an energy of achieving things. All that will be constantly coming through January. Ooh, we have Uranus. Uranus is interesting, right? Now, Uranus, this is really good. Uranus rules Aquarius, right? So it's very Aquarius energy, and Uranus is all about being your individuality, thinking outside of the box, being creative is also a very Uranus energy. It's very colorful. It's very positive. Okay. And you can create your own life. Think outside of the box. Become an individual. It's all about your freedom in January. That is the energy that you're going to get, and the life lessons that's constantly going to hit you in January. So set your boundaries. There is going to be challenges and conflict, but it's bringing you to a better light. Be generous. At the same time, you may be receiving some generosity from others. You can create your own life path. Here, creative. Here, be creative. This is about your identity, and you want to change the shift of thinking negative. You want to change the shift of being a codependent. Okay, release that and setting some boundaries. Let's see what else we have for group 3 in January. Retreat. You guys, it's time to take a break. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wait. Group 3, say no. In January, it's all about saying no. There is a power in saying no. I know it's hard. You guys, I remember watching an interview and someone was saying, I won't say the celebrity's name, but they were saying when they turn 40 that they were going to start saying no. And I remember being so young and I said, I'm not going to start at 40. I'm going to start now. I'm going to say no now because saying no gives you so much power. And it is something that you need to learn. In January, are you seeking respect or waiting for some form of acknowledgement that is not forthcoming? Are you allowing yourself to be pushed past your limits? It is time to resume authority over your life as a divine being. This comes with setting clear limitation, boundaries, and learning to say no when appropriate. Difficulties will be greatly elevated by you setting limits. Your divine energy is calling you to become the true authority of your life. Okay? And how do you do that? Set some healthy boundaries. You know, take some time off for yourself. Learn to say no and set some boundaries. Here we go. And this card also fell out. And it says, tune out distractions. Do not become distracted. Okay? Become an individual. It's time for a new awakening. In January, a new awakening. Become the manifester. Create your own life. Be generous. You're going to have some challenges that they're very positive. There's going to be some competition. It's very positive. Get out of the lack mindset. It's time to retreat. Set some boundaries for group 3. There's multiple things happening in January for you. However, you can handle it. It's very positive, and it's only positive because this is the month that you are going to set some healthy boundaries. In the middle of your reading, which is key, is for you to say no, okay? This is your reading, group 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please, in the comment box, why don't you put, what can you put? Why don't you put a rainbow to let me know that you have completed this reading and you stayed and caught the whole reading. Also, let me know if it manifested, if it resonated with you as well. I do a free reading once a month. You can join that raffle. Just click the link in the bio. Also, I send out a newsletter every week. Click the link in the bio if you want that. And also, I will see you guys next time for your next reading. Thank you. Bye. Hello, group 4. Welcome to your reading. Before I get into it, please click the link in the bio. I do a free raffle reading. You can join a raffle. I do a free reading once a month. Also, I have a newsletter once a month that not once a month, but I send out a newsletter and it has astrology in it and tarot as well. Also give some other spiritual divinations that I practice as well. So we have this special crystal, and it's called the Aventurine crystal. It deals with the heart chakra. It's an energy amplifying stone that can aid with manifestation. It's good luck as well because it attracts prosperity and good fortune. It enhances creativity and strengthens leadership skills. It is a mood booster and can also help contribute to better vitality and happiness. Okay, group 4. Let's get into what are the common themes, lessons, spirituality lessons as well. What does God want you guys to know, group 4, in January? Let's see what we have here. Oh, look at here. We have the 9 of Pentacles. This is all about some very positive. This is self-help, not self-help, self-made energy. It's all about being abundant, luxury, self-sufficient, financial independence. You worked hard and you created abundance in your life. So in January, it's all about enjoying the fruits of your labor. Do not be scared to splurge, indulge, or pamper yourself. Especially, you know, you need to reward yourself for hard work. This also speaks of financial independence. There's a woman in this card and she's living a very luxury luxurious lifestyle. And this card is encouraging you to do the same. I know I'm also, I know I'm focusing on like material wealth and gain, but this card also suggests a harmony with the environment around you, like enjoying your life, what you're living in, where you are. You can appreciate the beauty and abundance of nature as well. You can also harness the high vibe energy that brings you pleasure in life. So what brings you pleasure in life? This is saying to enjoy it now in the month of January. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, this is also time to seek solitude, okay? Not loneliness, but being alone with yourself. It's a time for introspective, inner guidance, soul searching, taking a break from everyday life to draw your energy and attention inward and find the answers that you seek deep within your own soul, okay? It invites you to retreat into your private world and experience a deep sense of seclusions and introspective, okay? That's what this is about, your inner journey, your inner path, your self-help, okay? Find your light that shines in your soul and create your unique path. And that's all happening in January. With this, you enjoying and rewarding yourself. Also, it's rewarding to be by yourself and to have introspective. Let's see what we have. Soul searching. Also, this is you being your own spiritual leader and raising your own vibration and enhancing your consciousness. The beauty of this card, you being your own mentor, is that you will be the expert on knowing what's right or what's wrong. You would teach yourself how to find the answers within yourself, okay? And that is what's happening in January. Let's see what else we have for January. Oh, we have a lack of mindset. We have the 5 of Pentacles. There is some financial loss. There's poverty, lack of mindset, isolation, and worry. These are all the common themes that could be happening in January. You probably hit hard times, especially when it comes to your work, your career, your finances, or some material possession. You may have recently lost a job, your home, or something financially that was securing your bag. It's a time also, this card could represent feeling isolated and alone. And then we have the Hermit here, which makes me think that in January you do feel alone. And it's crazy because you have all of this luxuries and abundance here, and being alone is not a bad thing, but here it's almost like you feel lonely. This also represents a lack of mindset, like you are sabotaging your ability to create your abundance because you're only focused on lack of, okay? And this seems like the lesson that you need to have in January. This also represents that you fear you don't have enough, or you may have lost something that was important to you, even if it hasn't happened yet, or unlikely, but it's like you're creating a fear and it hasn't even happened. And it's interesting because it probably starts off amazing, but then it gets really negative. But you need to go back and see what is positive. God is all about abundance. The planet is all about abundance. And you do have this very luxurious environment. And there is a healthy way to being alone. There's a healthy way of looking the inner light within yourself and soul searching. But you become too alone. You focus on the lack of resources, the loss of a job, the loss of a home, or you focus on the fact that you are now lonely, and it's just very lack of mindset. Let's see what else we have for January on what needs to happen, or spiritually, lessons and advice we have psychologically. In January, we have the Hummingbird. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. So it's some baggage that you have carried and you need to let it go. Even negative mindset, you need to let it go. New joy is on the way in January. New opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. Stop thinking negative. Claim the new opportunities that is coming your way. It's very positive, but you have to make sure it's positive, because it started off very positive and then it turns negative. But you have to know that you can release what you are, lighten that load, okay, with the hummingbird. And with the finch, there's new opportunities on the way. There is vitality, energy, and abundance with this card. This feather messenger has brought you a gift of abundance in a form of opportunity. Are you going too fast to see it with this lack of mindset? Are you managing your energy so that you will be able to be ready when opportunity strikes? Balance activity with rest can set your perfect stage for new openings to emerge. Remember that the finch also reminds you through its lightness and connection to air to watch your mental activity as well. The hummingbird is about joy, sweetness, and freedom. It's very amazing energy here that's coming in January. Past desires, dreams, and new opportunities are going to surface during January, but you have to slow down, take time to enjoy the process, and sip the sweetness of this upcoming period. Lightness of being is a gift from this hummingbird. Okay, let's see what else we have coming in the month of January. I hope all of that makes sense. It's about releasing so you can bring in the light, releasing the negative mindset, releasing the negative thoughts of that you lost your job, releasing the negative thought that you are alone, releasing the negative thought of any of that negative weight. Let's see what else we have here. Power places lies, ley lines, trust where you led. This is about spiritual paths. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers, or tend to the land you live on, to honor or acknowledge the known and unknown keepers of nature or nature spirits of the land? This is all about connecting to your spirituality. As you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to hold you. The fruits provide more nourishment, and guardians watch over you. And this is all about connecting to earth and trusting where you are led in your spirituality journey. Let's see what else we have with this energy in January. Following your life's paths. We have baby steps. Take your time. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. I love that for you. Just listen to your intuition. And also too, baby steps, it doesn't matter because it's still a step forward in life. Next, you have, you are not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, okay? Embrace the fact that you are different in January. Embrace the fact that you have a calling. You are here for a reason. And it makes me also think of, through my life, I've done different things and I was questioned, and I'm sure everyone's experienced this, but you know, this is prevalent in my life because I don't live in fear. If something doesn't feel right to me, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. This is not okay. And I change it. Okay. And this is basically saying that you're not for everyone. Let go of them. You don't need to keep them. They're keeping you in this lack of mindset here, and let go. Also, when you are doing your spiritual introspective, this may take some baby steps, but follow your intuition. And you are meant to be here in a life of abundance, connecting to the earth. And God is saying to use that energy because it's luxury. Earth is bringing you luxury and abundance to life. I hope that makes sense, Group 4. Now let's see what else are the lessons. Ooh, we have sugar. Okay. Sugar is about attraction and pleasure. You need to explore what makes you happy in life. What brings you pleasure in life? What brings you joy, laughter, any of the pleasures in January. This is also a saying, go ahead and enjoy that, okay? Which is interesting because this is luxury. Luxury. New joy is on your way. And this is God saying you need to attract the pleasures in your life. Like attracts like. Also is with this card, but it's very beautiful. I don't know if you can get that. Very colorful, very beautiful. And January is all about what brings you joy, what brings you luxuries in life. And it's so connected to your readings of January. Next, you have, this is the energy of being stuck. Something that's like stuck together. It's an energy of being reliable and concrete. When you hear the phrase, it finally takes into shape, that is basically what this is. The negative part of this may be that you're too stuck in this situation. May have come together without much awareness. Like something is coming together and you're not like aware of it. In turn, they become unconsciously attached. That could be the energy of this card as well. You need to experience the merging with others while not losing yourself. And it's interesting because this is all about being an individual, right? Of in tune with yourself. And there is, I feel lonely here. You need to not lose yourself when dealing with others. Also, to embrace your awareness. I feel like this is all connected. Am I the only one? I mean, there is this lack of, I'm lonely. Maybe it's because you think you're weird, but you're not weird. You're not weird at all, but there is a sense of I'm lonely and people don't accept me for my individuality, but you need to know that your individuality is true to yourself and your morals and values. And this is saying don't depend on others and losing your true core of who you are. And that shouldn't cause loneliness. Follow your intuition before it makes sense when it comes to internal work. Let's see what we have lastly from the cards of January of 2023. What else does God want you to know? Raise your vibration. Change the frequency of your life. Only think positive, only think in abundance, only think in luxury, connect with nature, do something different because you are different, okay? Instead of focusing on having fun with others, have fun with yourself. If it's make a plan. Lastly, group 4, make a plan. Make a plan to enjoy your weirdness. Make a plan of not being so into others, and make a plan on how can I not feel lonely. Okay, this is your spiritual lessons, your psychological lessons of 2023 in January. I will have more readings, so be ready for that. Subscribe. Also, click the link in the bio. I do a free reading raffle once a month. You can join our raffle, as well as I do a newsletter. You can sign up for that as well. Thank you guys for doing this reading. I am excited for you because you are an individual. You're on your own life path. You are going to learn how it's okay to be on your own while enjoying the life that has all the luxuries and abundance in it as well. All right, group 4, thank you guys for reading. Also, if you stay for the whole reading, please, why don't you put something green in the comment box, like a cute little plant emoji? That would show me that you enjoyed this whole reading, you resonated, or you even just finished it, okay? All right, see you guys next time. Bye.